Hello, my name is Magina. Welcome to this brand new channel. The name of the channel is Nugget of Peace Crochet. And I'm so glad you chose to click on this video. This is going to be episode number 1. But before we get started, I would like to introduce myself. Again, my name is Magina. I live in the state of Connecticut with my husband and my 3 sons. My children are teenagers at this point. They range from 16 to 19, and they're all guys. Yes, I do live in a household full of guys, but I do have a little dog, and her name is Brownie. You will meet her shortly, and she is a girl because when we're adopting her at the shelter, I that was one of my requirements that the dog be a girl. So there will be some kind of years old now, and we've had her for 6 years. I'm gonna do this in a Q&A type of fashion. So I have some questions written down because I figure that's how you're gonna get to know me a little bit as a person before we go into the crochet stuff. All right. So first question, I wrote them down here on a little piece of paper, is where do I come from? I know you hear the accent, and everybody usually want to know where are you from. So I'm originally from Haiti. I grew up in Haiti. I came here when I was a teenager. So bonjour, bonsoir to all my Haitian friends if you're listening to me. And so I am fluent in French and Creole and obviously English. I'm a Christian. I am very involved in my local church. I believe in God. I believe in God the Father. I believe in God the Son. And I believe in God the Holy Spirit. Actually, my verse for you today is Philippians 4, verse 13. And the verse says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That's going to be my new motto for this year, 2025, that I can do all things as long as it is Christ based and Christ strengthened me. So our strength is from the Lord. So amen to that. So next question is, where did I learn how to crochet or when? I learned how to crochet when I was about, I want to say 10 or 12, around that age group. I learned how to crochet from a friend of my mother. She was actually a young person herself. I think she was in her early 20s. And my mom was a young mom. My mom had me very early. So her friends tended to be young as well. Well, this one was even younger than the rest of them. And we came to meet her because she came to live with our next door neighbor. I'm talking about back in Haiti. And so this young person herself had learned how to crochet from a group of nuns. They came and they did a lot of arts and craft in the area for the young children, and that's how she learned. So they taught her how to do doilies, and that's what she'll be doing all the time. So anytime she will live right next door to me, she's always sitting around with a thread and crocheting those beautiful doilies. And I was mesmerized as a young child. I was like, wow, this is so beautiful. Can you teach me? Can you teach me? So eventually she taught me. So she taught me all the stitches. And I did learn them, but I learned them in French because, we're living in Haiti. So my introduction to crochet was actually French. So I remember all the stitches, bride, bride double, those are like double crochet in French. And my serré, that would be like slip stitch. Anyway, so that's how I got introduced to the art of crochet. This young woman taught me all the stitches, but I learned using thread. So for the longest time, I've only made thread doilies because that's all I learned. And also being in a different country where yarn was not as available as you see here. So cotton thread was the only thing that was available to us. And then from there on, I came to the United States, and we sort of lost some touch with her. And I was a teenager, so crochet became something of the past. So I didn't do any crochets until kind of late in my, I want to say early 20s. By then, I was in nursing school. Yes, I'm a nurse. I work as a registered nurse in one of the hospitals in my area. So I was still in nursing school, but I was working as a tech in a hospital. And one night I came to work and I was told, you're being floated. Being the new person on the floor, I didn't have a choice about where I go. I was told I was going to be floated to the psych unit because they were short staffed there and it's a safety issue. So they needed one more person to be there with the nurse. So I had no choice in the matter. I got floated. And I never been to the psych unit either. So good thing that night, because when I got there, the nurse who was there, all the patients were in perfect behavior control. No one was doing anything. They all went to sleep that night. And she pulled out a crochet bag. She was crocheting some kind of baby items, and my eyes went like, ooh. And I told her I knew how to do that. And she was like, you do? Or you did? And I said, yeah, but I don't know how to do what you're doing. And also, I don't know the translation of the stitches in English. And she said, no problem, I'll teach you. So that night, I was reintroduced to my crochet again. She showed me how to translate all the stitches. She showed me what this stitch meant in French. And I mean, I would tell her this is the French version, and she'll tell me this is the English. And one of the things she did for me was also she was using a pattern. So that night she showed me all the symbols. So I learned how to pattern read that night. Between the pattern and the translation of the stitch, I was hooked. So I remember the next day, because it was an overnight shift. The next day I barely slept. I went right to AC Moore, which she also told me because I didn't even know there was such a thing as a craft store. And she told me, go to AC Moore. They sell all the stuff. You'll find the crochet hooks. And I went to AC Moore that night and I bought 3 crochet books. I don't have all of them anymore. I do have 2 still. Let me just grab them. I still have 2 of the books I bought that day. I have this one. It's coffee and cream, and it has a bunch of beautiful doilies. And I actually attempted to make a couple of them. I know I tried this one. It didn't turn out too good, but I did. And then I had this one here. This one was a little bit easier. And I don't have my doilies because I've gifted them over the years. And we're talking about 1996. Let me see what the time of this was. Yeah, this was 1999. That's when I bought this book, and it was from Crochet American School of Needlework. That was the publisher at that time. And this book was, sorry for the stain, it's been so long, 1990, 1999. That was the first book. And I know I did a couple of those doilies. Definitely, I remember doing this for a friend who was getting married. And I also did this big one, which, I meant to do it again. I never got back to it, but I was hooked. I love making doilies. And so from there on, I crocheted on and off. Crochet was like an old childhood friend for me. But I only made doilies. Even with the nurse teaching me how to do everything, I was still comfortable only making doilies. And I still make doilies. I will show you what my latest one is. It's from summer of 2024, Crochet World. I've been getting this magazine. I've had the subscription for like 3 or 4 years now, and some of my makes comes from them. But this is the latest. It's still attached to the thread binding because I'm still working on it. Let me just find. And this is what I'm working on now. It's a beautiful doily, and all of these are front post stitches. Let me just bring it a little bit closer so you can see. And I'm hoping to finish it some point. I don't want this to become one of those working. I really wanted to have a dark skin doll. I really wanted to make one for myself, mostly. So I went ahead and I found a pattern from I bought Yarn Inspiration, the Ada doll, Ada dolls, the tiny mini little dolls. I figure I'll start small. So that's where my friend here comes in. This was my very first one. She is very small, not very big, and I crocheted the dress. The dress is completely removable. I did the shoes. I mean, that was my first doll making. I had to learn how to put the 2 legs together. The dress was not a problem because I also make wearable. As you can see, I'm wearing one here and I have a poncho there. So making a smaller version was fine. But I was participating in a crochet challenge by Judy Creation. It was a flower mall make along, and the flower of that month that was in the summer was marigold. So that's why she's wearing those bright yellow color. I wanted to represent marigold because I do garden when I get time. And I love marigold because they're very easy to grow. So this was my very first little doll, and I used Yolanda Adams' hairstyle to give her those two little puffs, and I just tied her some yarn to give her some kind of bow. So that was my very first little. There she is. She also came with her own little teddy bear, which how cute is that? Look at the little tie. I mean the little scarf. Very cute. So she comes along with her little bear. And there she is. Now, this is my pride and joy. I work so hard in making her. She does not come with a jacket. The jacket is my own making, the little vest. I use crochet thread to make it so it'll fit her very nicely. And it's the granny cardigan on a small version. But everything else, the shoes, and she does have underwear, is from the book. Um, the hair is my own design. Again, from watching Stitcher Doodle, I think she has a video about hair, how to make hair and different type of hair. And so I followed her. And of course, the little line is from Yolanda Adams. So she's a combination of those two ladies. Uh, Not exactly two ladies because I did embroider her eyes, um, and I used Cassandra from Craftably Ever After. She had a tutorial on how to make eyes, so embroidered eyes. So I embroidered eyes, give her lashes. So yeah, she is my pride and joy. And I was so elated to make her. She is actually listed on my Etsy shop, Nugget of Peace Crochet. I do have her listed, but if she doesn't sell, she can stay home with me because I love her. All right. And I did use one of those pipe cleaner for her neck, so her neck is very stable. She does not have wobbly neck, and she has another set of outfit because, like I said, making doll outfit is actually very easy. So I made her a skirt and some sort of vest, and I'll put the picture so you can see what she looks in her different outfit. But this is sort of like formal outfit, Christmas, church going. You know, there was this whole craze. I mean, it's still a craze about the love cat, and I just had to make one. I just had to make a love cat. They're easy to make. It doesn't take a long time. Again, I embroidered the eyes and the the whiskers and the nose. Everything is embroidered. She is actually safe for what I purchased off the internet. I have a whole stack of doily books. If you're interested, I will show them to you. But this is what this one looks like. It was, and it's a pineapple stitch. As you can see, the little stitches are just there. I just put them on a red background so you can see. Absolutely love this. And this has been for a while. I actually gifted this one to my mother, but when she heard I was making she heard about the channel, she gave it back to me so I can show it. And this one was, I don't, the rest of the magazine is missing, but I do have part of it here. It's from Decorative Crochet, and that was in January 2005. And this is the original. So pretty close, huh? If you look at them close by, what I made. And this one, yeah, I think I got it. All right, this is more of the more recent one. This is from, I got it from Pinterest. I don't have a book for it, but there was a written pattern. I don't even remember. But it's by Handmade by Rain. I think I'm hoping I'm saying the name right, but she does a lot of doilies. She have a watermelon bag for the longest time, and I couldn't find a pattern that I really like, and I ended up designing my own. So I picked a couple yarn that I thought represent the lines and the watermelon very good, and then uh, and I crochet end around. So this bag is a drawstring bag. I crocheted end around until I was satisfied with the width, and then I went up for the sides. So, and I changed color to represent the white part of the watermelon, And then I had this beautiful pink yarn, what I thought looks really good for watermelon. And I ordered 2 strings from Amazon, not 2 string, handle from Amazon, and I crochet a long chain and double back for the strings, and I added 2 beads. So I am absolutely in love with my watermelon bag, and of course I embroidered the little. I enjoy wearing this in the summer. It fits me just about right. Let me just move this. There you go. Uh, and it can hold on to quite a few things. I did line the inside of it. Now, forgive my stitching. I am not a sewer, and I do not know how to sew. I don't think I have the patience to sew nicely. Um, but I attempted, okay? So I'm warning you, it's horrible, okay? But it served a purpose because I wanted my bag to be steady. All right, so I did line it up here with a nice green fabric that I picked up at Walmart. Actually have a project in there, which I'll show you in a minute. Um, so and I even made pocket for my cell phone. I watched a couple of videos on how to make pocket, and I made myself a pocket. So this is all right. We are moving on to blankets. I do like to make blankets. Actually, this is what I sell on my Etsy shop, baby blankets. And I've had quite a few. I don't have all of them here because I did sell them to customers. They were custom made blanket. I had a little bit of blanket made. That was beautiful. That was maybe my first one. The second one was a cupcake blanket. The person wanted a lavender cupcake blanket, and I did. I don't have the blanket like I said before, but I do have one of the cupcakes I made for the blanket. This was the first one I made. I wanted to make sure I can do it first before I commit to making it, and I was able to make both the cupcake and the little bell blanket from this book. So I still have a couple of more blankets here. I have this one. This is just a simple, beautiful lavender blanket that I have made, and it is listed at my shop. It's perfect in the summertime because it's lightweight and it's got all the little holes so the baby can breathe and not be overheated. And it's a combination of shell stitches and front pearl stitches, and the yarn is from Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. Baby Bee, the light collection. I bought it during a big sale and made this beautiful blanket with it. I love it. Very nice, soft to the touch. Oh, I love this blanket. Next, I have this is the sea inspired blanket. It's a corner to corner. Look at those colors. Look at them. And I gave it a very nice border. This border is the moss stitch. Oops, this is backward. The moss stitch border. And this is the blank, and I have actually my little simple blanket. This is the pattern is from Bonnie Bay Crochet. Yes, I think that's her name. And it's a waddle stitch. She does a lot of cabling, and she always have waddle stitch in between. And this is chunky weight. The color is the yarn is bloom, chunky bloom. Sorry, chunky bloom from Premier Yarn. And look at these. The colors are just beautiful. And I chose to separate the variegated colors in between with a nice gray from Bernat Chunky. So it's a very weighted blanket. It's perfect from this time of the year. And actually, I haven't listed it on my Etsy shop. Don't know why. I should be listing it because it is beautiful and gorgeous and reminds me of springtime. When spring first comes out, it's just beautiful. Blanket that I still have at home. I am working on a number of other blankets that I will show you when I do my whip. Wearable are my favorite things to crochet. because of all these other things. I mean, beside the watermelon bag, obviously, they all stay home. You know, it's useful. You get to wear them. So I love making wearable. Now I got into the wearable game sort of late, but I love it. So this is my very first one. I'll back off a little bit. It's up to here, and this was a pattern that I found online. I don't remember the designer anymore, and the pattern was in Spanish. If I can find the video, I will put it down below. And I did have a hard time with this because that was my very first wearable, and didn't understand the whole concept too well. I did not try to follow some pattern in a different language and drive myself crazy. No, I have this book that's full of stitches, and I pick a stitch, and based on what I learned from the previous wearable, I was able to put this together. So this is my own design. I made the slip on the side to fit it, so it's not too tight on my midsection. And then I use single crochet to close the neckline a little bit. I have some design here, but unfortunately, again, you learn from everything you made. Made some kind of miscalculation, so this design kind of fall in the back. Unless again you're watching closely, you will not see that it doesn't line exactly on top of my shoulder. Blaming on rookie designer mistakes, but I still love this. The yarn is from this. It's a cinnamon. It's one of the Caron cake. Blossom. I forgot the name of it, but I think that yarn is still available. I don't know if the particular color is still available. I chose big stitches because it's a little bit of a heavy yarn. This is my last make, the latest. This was done this year. As you can see, as you do it more, you get better. And that's the thing with crochet. Don't ever give up just because you didn't come out right the first time. Keep practicing and you will eventually get better. So I was going on a summer vacation this summer, and I wanted to have a very nice, breathable shirt to wear. And the yarn is from again TL Craft. That's the Happy Place, and I wanted a very beautiful red color to go in the summer. This is a combination of uh, I think acrylic, cotton, and wool. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's very lightweight and it is perfect for the summertime. Now, the pattern I found it off Pinterest. It was I never made a raglan shirt before, and I wanted to try my hands at making one because the good thing with raglan, you get to try it as you put it on. And as you can see with my previous shirt, with the pink shirt, because I couldn't couldn't put it on, it was constructed in two pieces. I did not feel like it was gonna be very. Couldn't feel that it was gonna be very heavy, right? But with this one, I wanted to actually put it on and get a feel for the garment before it's finished. So that's the beautiful with raglan. Raglan style mean you work from neck down. That means you start in the round and you join for the arms, and then you keep going around. So as you put it on, as you do the garment, you can actually try it on and see if it fits you, if there's modification to do in the arms. So anyway, I was going on vacation. I had to get this done. So I used this pattern online, and they gave you a picture on Pinterest of, I type in raglan lacy style, and a whole bunch of them came up. And I like this one because it seems kind of simple enough. There is a very similar pattern by a YouTuber. Her name is Shopper Daisy Dime, and but hers is not made in raglan. It's made in, you do the front and then you do the back, and you seam them at the shoulder. So she has that also, and there's a video. So if you really want to make this, you can watch a video. But mine, I got it off Pinterest, and for copyright, I can't show you the actual pattern that I use, but they gave you half, and then you kind of figure out how to make the other half of the raglan style. But so I didn't have to pay for this. This is all free. There is no seam, as I said. You see none of here. There's no seam at the bottom because everything is done and the round. That's what I like with it. When you're done, you're done. You don't have to sit and seam it and seam and sew it together and kind of mess it up sometimes because of that. The only thing I would do with this one, I probably can go back, is to close this armhole a little bit. It seems like it's bigger than this one. Like this one, you see, it's tighter. So there's a little bit of out pouching here, which is easy. All I have to do is to maybe even use a needle thread and close it up a little bit, and then it'll be perfect. But at the time I was making this, my vacation was coming. It was a couple of days. I had put myself on a deadline. So this was not going to stop me from wearing it. I mean, you can barely see it until I show it to you. So yeah, I wear this all the time. I wear with jeans, I wear with skirts, I go to church with it, and it's just beautiful, and I love it. I love it, and there's something to be said about making things with very good quality yarn. If you use yarn that are a little bit more pricier than your usual, that's my experience with this. Feel free to disagree and a comment below. Again, I thank you so much for watching me, for watching this first video. Stay tuned for what I have to present next, which I want to talk about all my unfinished project. You might think, wow, she's doing a whole lot. I have a whole lot that's not done. And for the year 2025, I want to talk about what my goals is to conquer all this extra project that are sitting in my room here for years, not done, or hidden in a closet somewhere, not done, and how sometimes I feel guilty about starting anything new when I have 100 other things that I should be working on. So thank you for following me. If you like this first video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you want to see more, and let me know if you would like to learn how to crochet. That's very dear to my heart because somebody took the time to show me, so I am willing to show someone else the rope. I'm willing to show you how to do this, but there has to be the interest. So please comment below, subscribe if you're serious about it, and we'll see you at the next video. Bye.